It's already that time. I hope you brought your disappointment underwear. There go my alarm letting me know that I need to be on time. Wow, 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 wow. Hello to everybody. And I hope that we have something to be impressed with today. Here's hoping everybody. What can I say, man? We already know what time it's gonna be soon. And maybe I shouldn't have this this little checklist up, but it looks like I do. Isn't that a bitch? I want to know what your predictions, hopes, dreams, we've been at this so long. And after half a year, maybe we'll be able to say that there are 2 archers in the game. You know what I mean? The beginning of next month is going to be 6 months. And after half a year, Marvel's Avengers will be ready to say they put 2 archers in the game. They released an Avengers game that didn't have Hawkeye in it. They showed us a trailer with Hawkeye and then gave us Kate Bishop first. Okay. And now, on the cusp of that half-year mark, we're ready for more. You gotta wonder, man, who behind the scenes is willing to throw more money down the well, figuratively into the trash, for a game like this. So I'm saying, I'm happy to see you. I'm glad that you guys could make it out here. I don't deserve such a crazy and ridiculous reception, but I hope that at the very least, regardless of how we are surprised today, that after you press that like button, we have one another to fall back on. We're going to be surprised one way or another. That's what I was saying in the stream earlier today. And it's going to be wild, baby. We've been waiting a long time. So fingers crossed. Yeah, I see that, Sean Hewitt. Fingers crossed. I'm not here with a negative attitude off the bat, but I am here expecting that after half a year, this game finally gets his shit together. You've seen my other videos. I'm not going to rehash the same points. I do think it's ridiculous that in the most recent patch, the patch that was, one we waited 55 days for. I want you to think about a live service not updating itself in 2 months. But when they did update this motherfucker, they locked challenge modes in there. And their excuse was, well, we got some things coming down the pipe. We're going to be refocusing things. So here's hoping that, these locked things. And it's like, why don't you wait until you do that? And then the tweet is like, well, okay, you know what? That's a better idea. We will reverse it. Go back. Like Missy Elliott. You get that reference, Dia?
I do.
She puts her thing down, flips it, and reverses it. That's a black people reference. The black people will understand that. You know what I mean? What happened? Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my dank down, flip it, and reverse it. It's schnur from a lift of flanyan. You like that part?
Yes.
You like when I do it? D is wild. Hello to everybody. Once again, somebody is asking, do I think that we're going to be getting something on the checklist? I think it's necessary for them to at least showcase it. Remember the deep dive that we received, for Kate Bishop a while back. They mentioned the narrator. She mentioned crossplay. It was one of the only things that she mentioned. So I'm like, hey, this game's player base is the one thing that, look, first of all, let me pull up the right window so y'all can see some stuff now. I've shown you my little JPEG. Look, thank God that some people were upvoting this Super Rebel post on Avengers, because everybody over on the Avengers subreddit thinks that I'm everybody. They just think I'm making new accounts and that I'm some different guy. It's not me. I'm banned. So please Gosslave says, extremely amusing content. Keep it up. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I'm sure I'm going to be interrupted by the notification coming in to repeat what I just said. So it is 1 o'clock right now. I'm refreshing the Marvel Avengers page. I don't see shit. I'm refreshing the Reddit page. I don't see shit.
Extremely amusing content. Keep it up, brother.
I'm not gonna play this game today, Marvel's Avengers. It's 1 o'clock. Update your friggin' channels. Here go to deep dive, I guess. We going to your Twitter to watch it. Ooh, honey. Try better than this, please. Try better than this. Cause we got the Play Avengers YouTube. Nothing. We got, how hard is it to schedule some shit? We got the Square Enix YouTube. Nothing. So we're going, my god. It is what it is. It ain't that big a deal.
Known for doing things on time?
Hey, how about it? You know what I'm talking about? So we're gonna have to find a way to make this shit happen. All of the footage is captured on the PlayStation 5. Good for you, bro. I'm gonna have to get into the window capture and then stretch this window since we're playing a goddamn tweet. So forgive me for the quality, but in typical Crystal Dynamics fashion, we off to a great start, man. You know what I mean? Ooh, boy, just stop, Kyle. I had this all set up so that if they uploaded it to any of their YouTube channels, it's not hard to release a video on time. Here we go. Oof. I like that. A war-torn helicarrier. I kind of like that. Why the helicarrier has traveled forward, unless we're just in a version of the helicarrier in the future. You know, it's not our helicarrier. It's what happens in that timeline, I guess. Whose dog? Whose poorly animated dog is that? Okay. We're gonna play this one way through, by the way. And after that, I'll hit y'all with that reaction.
Why'd you smash the reactor, Cap? A lot of people died.
Let me get your chat out of the way, unless y'all really wanted to.
World divided. Its heroes outlawed. When evil eclipses hope,
Really?
the only thing left is to fight back.
Yo, we played that. We were there. It's okay.
War darkens the horizon.
Show me more. Please. Oh.
And it's going to take us all to stop Armageddon.
Y'all don't have enough shots in the actual DLC. Y'all gotta show us the campaign again. Very cool. Y'all could go into any future. Y'all chose the future where only the robots made it. Okay.
Welcome back to Marvel's Avengers War Table Deep Dive. You've reassembled Earth's mightiest heroes and defeated MODOK. You've met our first new hero.
That one time.
Kate Bishop, as she uncovered an evil conspiracy involving Commander Nick Fury and time travel.
Yep.
As we noted, all footage in today's deep dive was captured on the PlayStation 5.
That must be nice.
We're excited to celebrate the launch of Marvel's Avengers on next-generation systems on March 18th.
But can we play it in multiplayer matches without getting dropped?
Frame rates and faster load times.
It must be nice.
And there's no additional upgrade cost to current-gen players.
Can you imagine if there was?
Today we'll deep dive into Chapter 2 of Season 1 with Operation Hawkeye, Future Imperfect. Clint's story brings us face-to-face with a possible future where all hope is lost.
Yo. I'm
If
so
everything
sorry.
you saw is true, the end of the world is far closer than we'd like.
In the future, we get attacked by a warrior race called the Kree.
Show us the
When will this
Kree.
invasion take place, Clint?
Oh, no.
Clint! Don't die on me.
You are not out of footage.
His fools. Where's Nick Fury? Some things need to change. Who's the murder hobo? Katie?
Clint?
Some old man Clint. Okay.
Never ventured beyond the storm. You coward.
Yeah, it's not one of those fun apocalypses.
Yeah, it's the one where only the robots made it. We fucked up. We really fucked up. Is that you, War Machine?
The
Oh.
wastelands of our future imperfect story are heavily inspired by the Old Man Hawkeye series, especially the Eye for an Eye collection. In the comics, the world's supervillains organized to eliminate all superheroes, and the world collapsed from there. Hawkeye was spared and had to live to watch it all happen. And he ultimately...
Hey, look, I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, by the way. I'm already too loud. Forgive me. I'm a little too loud. I don't want to burst anybody's bubble in case y'all didn't see it before. But in case y'all was looking for a date. Bruh. Oh, what have you done, Kyle? What have you done? You fool. No, it's okay. It's still available on the other
So
window.
what was that thing that someone said that it was going to be dropping today after the thing?
Okay, Dia, my love, brings up a very interesting point with her big titties. She says there was another YouTuber named Caboose that, you know, people are critical of me because I like to hold up what they do and what they say back to them. You can be no more angry with Kyle than you can be with a fucking mirror. Do you understand? Because I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you. It's exactly what got me kicked off the fucking official Discord for the Avengers. It's what had Ahmad chasing me around the internet, harassing me on that bullshit. I tell the truth. And for a shill, it pisses him off. So, I'm not going to lie. They better show us something that blows my mind. War Machine, Miss Marvel, not Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, forgive me. My favorite incarnation of Carol Danvers is when she was Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel, you know what I mean? But March 18th puts it neatly outside the 6-month anniversary. This game won't have 2 archers by the 6-month mark. So it's not enough that they go, we're going to have next gen for me. If it's for you, I respect that. I respect you. Your opinion is valid. You enjoying this game is dope. I want it to be something so much greater. I'm glad that something is coming, but it's taken so long and it's already not enough. And as I've made abundantly clear to you with the things I'm always splashing up, this game seems like it has so many things to get over that it'd be cheaper to just make a new game than to try to patch all of this shit in, especially when each patch, homie, is going to require mad bug fixes. So there's going to be a patch. The patch is going to break some stuff. There's going to be needing, you know, a hot fix patch to fix the things that were broken. And then if you're lucky, the hot fix doesn't hot break things. It's just like the end of the world. I'm excited about this new stuff, but the waiting never ends.
Is the fallen heroes.
And as Dia said, Caboose was like, don't be surprised if if it comes out today. And I'm like, bitch, I would be surprised because I know it ain't happening. And that's why I threw your clip in my video so people would stop the madness. And to be honest, I'm a little bit shocked because I saw Craze Gaming, I saw Caboose make videos about this game. And it's like, did they pay y'all to care? Would they pay you to care if they didn't have something coming quickly? But this isn't quickly. Today is the 16th, my dude. A month from now, Hawkeye still will not be out. Congratulations, guys. The disappointment some of y'all were joking about in the beginning, it is with us. At least we have each other, because we sure as hell don't have content.
In our story, Old Man Hawkeye retired, and when the Kree invasion happened, he wasn't a part of the fight. He has tried to make up for it for decades, following Commander Nick Fury's trail through the wastelands in hope that he can make things right. Back in the present, young Hawkeye has business to deal with in his Brooklyn apartment, in a part of the story inspired by the comic run, My Life as a Weapon. Luckily, he'll have the help of a few friends, including everyone's favorite dog, Lucky. Our heroes will have to muster all their strength to deal with a new threat, the Supreme Leader, Maestro. After a devastating nuclear war destroys most of Earth, the Hulk is driven insane by the sheer scale of destruction and loss, absorbing more and more excess radiation from the...
We're going to get through this, but somebody remind me about Maestro and his design when we get to the end. And
Can I say very quickly, the fact that they're constantly, whenever they show anything off as far as a new character, so, you know, the 2 new characters that we've gotten so far, I love the fact that they go, it's like in these comics, and it's like, not really.
Yeah,
Not
for
at
real.
all.
Your universe is so lame. If you went into any comic, do you have any idea how much like the X-Men have to do with everything? How much the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family, has to do with everything? The Fantastic Four and the X-Men have their dick in every Marvel story. Something happening is because they established that. You understand me? It's crazy.
I'm aware, but most people like to use the defense of, but they're not Avengers, so they don't count.
Yo, we were hearing some arguments this morning about how this is an Avengers game, not a Marvel game. And we're like, okay, bro, you know, where do you begin with this?
nuclear fallout, the maddened Hulk adopts a new name, Maestro.
They just, like, I'm trying to shut up till we get to the end. But Hulk, don't he look, like, pathetic to y'all? It's just like, it's the same skin. This is a new villain and they
I'm
couldn't.
driven insane by the lack of content and soon be yes.
God slave, thank you, my man. You're a hero out here. I'm sorry that you're going mad, but as long as you know that you're not the only one, we're going to try our best to shut our eyes tight. The thing about a live service, which is something that Crystal Dynamics doesn't understand that they're making, is that you can't get away with this. You know, the types of people that they would need to keep something like this alive will never come back. Even if at some point in the future they start a drip feed that's a little more consistent, you know, this will forever be that game that put the bad taste in people's mouths, left a terrible impression, was the $60 game with like $15 skins, you know, had no villains, launched 2 archers and it took 6 months. My God, bro. Why is this game treating the ability to replay its story mode like a feature that should wait half a year to be implemented? You want to know why I got kicked out of the fucking Discord? It's because I would go in there and I would watch some of these fucking insane people yelling, barking at people, implying they're the one who's wrong. It is not unrealistic and unlikely for a game to launch without the ability to replay a game. Here we are 6 months later. Take the dicks out of your mouth, man. It's anti-consumer. It's unacceptable. You know what I mean? I'm just done. Let's get through this. Because again, I am a Marvel fan. That's the worst part, is we are all here together. If they came out with some MCU skins, we would offer up the money on a fucking we'd be like, here, you want the money? Here the money go. It's all yours. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. We are fans. It has been 10 years of over 20 movies that have become the biggest box office movie of all time. But y'all out here ignoring the movies, ignoring the comics, being very selective about what you take from the comics. The most accurate or inspired skins are coming for Kate Bishop. Nigga, who? I'm just, what the hell is this? What is this, dude?
Decides to rebuild the world in his own image.
And I'm sorry for pausing, because to me, Hulk does look like a lazy reskin. This is a villain. If you were going to give a little bit of flair to anybody as far as design is concerned, give it to Maestro. Don't make it look like a Hulk skin. But that's what it looks like.
He takes out every other superhero and villain.
They keep showing me that helmet and I'm hoping it's War Machine, but...
Finally resting on a throne surrounded by trophies of his defeated enemies. Maestro first appeared in The Incredible Hulk Future Imperfect #1, which released in December 1992. He's a Hulk from an alternate future that possesses Bruce Banner's terrifying intelligence and the Hulk's more ferocious personality traits. The Wastelands are a possible future in Hawkeye's Future Imperfect. The alien warrior race of the Kree invades Earth and leaves behind a barren, uninhabitable desert strewn with the wreckage of giant Kree battleships and sentries among the traces of humanity's last stand. The Wastelands are a new region on the war table, and in addition to Hawkeye Future Imperfect missions, there are villain sectors and other missions that will appear.
A Goslave hit me with a super chat, said, here's $5 for an imaginary MCU skin since the game doesn't want my money. It's true. It feels like this game doesn't want it. Hey, buy our emotes, but also there's no emote wheel. Okay.
Pick one.
You remember one of the biggest complaints a lot of what we would consider normies had when the game came out? My man.
Here's 5 for an imaginary MCU skin since the game don't want my money.
Again, thank you, my man Godslave. Appreciate you. One of the biggest complaints a lot of normies had when this game came out was that for a looter, when you change the loot on your character, it does not affect your character's aesthetic. It doesn't change their look. And a lot of us were willing to give that a free pass because in our mind, it meant that we would get to buy iconic and amazing skins from the comics that would just change the overall look of the character. And what are they going to do? Change it for everybody? But now that 6 months have passed and we also don't have good skins from either the comics, the TV shows, the movies, anything, we're forced to acknowledge it wouldn't have taken them much to have one skin for every hero that changes. So imagine the default skin for every hero. When you put certain loot on it, it changes the way that they look. You know what I mean? Just for that one skin. Say if they didn't have a skin on and it was their default skin, the loot could have changed how they look. But not only was that not something they considered, we also don't have good skins. How does a game make money? You know? Kyle wouldn't be as flabbergasted and as upset if everything in this game was dog shit except for the microtransactions, because at the very least, they would understand how to be profitable. A game like this cannot profit. Is 5 months the mark where you decide, hey, should we get MCU skins? Maybe? Maybe? You're using the word maybe? No. Every other game can put some $60, $70 bullshit in their fucking shop and people will buy that because they want to be the Joker, because they want to be the Flash, they want to be the Predator, they want to be people from Tron, they want to be Marvel heroes as Marvel's doing. You know, let's get through it. My bad.
And afterwards.
My bad.
Clint's bow skills are second to none in the Marvel universe. And we took inspiration from his Ronin period to create.
You know how funny it is to hear them say that Clint's bow skills are second to none in the Marvel universe when all they've been... Do you know this bitch actually used the term... Okay.
Bro, they need to throw in the towel because they stay hyping the game up only to take an L.
They really do need to throw in the towel, man. I am expecting not only a Black Panther reveal, but... in the DLC, whenever it finally comes out, they better have another hero. I don't expect them to tease another hero, but when the DLC comes out, we better get War Machine, we better get Captain Marvel, we better get somebody, my dude. Because I remember when I wasn't banned on the subreddit, and I made a post saying, I think it's absurd that WandaVision is coming out and there's no cross promotion or you know, any kind of synergy going on with Wanda and Doctor Strange. Perhaps some of the most explosive characters, just as far as like the flair and variation in combat that they would bring. If y'all want to talk about, you know, variety in combat, think about if Ant-Man was in this bitch. You know, Kamala Khan can embiggen, what the fuck ever, but Ant-Man can shrink and grow. He can ride on some, you know, ants and shit. Imagine if Quicksilver was in this bitch. You know, the Avenger Quicksilver? Imagine him just using his super speed. It wouldn't even need to be crazy. It would just visually look so interesting. You have the fucking Avengers. And you're throwing Kamala Khan and Kate Bishop at us. You deserve what you get. I don't want to, we live in a society all over here. I'm not Captain Edgy. I'm just a dude who likes comics. And I think that's one of the few reasons that my input or my perspective is valid, is because I'm the type of movie goer that turns off my brain and enjoys the movie. But when your movie's so fucking bad that even I feel like it's disrespectful, it's offensive, and I want to get the fuck up and get my money back, that's what this game is. And if Crystal Dynamics is at fault, if Square Enix is at fault, I don't give a damn. As a consumer, all we know is this shit bad. How did you manage that with a Marvel property and it's not getting better in the next month? In the next month? So, bro, we gonna be hitting 7 months before this game gets good? Pull the plug. I love Marvel enough to watch this die because it's disgusting. You know what? Have you guys ever seen a bad incarnation of a game, maybe like a mobile game or a shitty port, and you love the franchise that it's from? And if somebody were to ask you, hey, should I jump in and play this bullshit? Just to use an example, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. That's a mobile game and it's microtransaction heavy. For somebody who's never played Animal Crossing before, I would tell them, no. Don't play that. You'll walk away thinking the wrong things about the franchise. I want you to get into it in a way where you love it. Don't play the mobile version of this thing. You know what I mean?
Here's another $5 for this upcoming DLC for Black Panther. I'ma have to throw hands
My man,
with the devs for Chad.
I appreciate you, Philly. I love Marvel, and I wanted to see it done well because it deserved to be done well, especially with its seat right now. I'm old enough to tell you that I was in theaters at midnight to watch X-Men. I'm old enough to tell you I was in theaters to watch Spider-Man at midnight. And I every time it happened, I thought, I can't believe that in my lifetime I get to see this. You know what I mean? All of these corny-ass comic book shows that I used to watch as a kid and all of this stuff coming to life, this could have been big. It could have been great, but the people involved did not give it the respect it deserved.
Clint's bow skills are second to none in the Marvel Universe.
Sorry, the reason that I stopped was because she said Clint's bow skills were second to none, but she's saying this after all of this flexing about how Kate is the real Hawkeye and all of this bullshit. It's like, well, which one is it?
And we took inspiration from his Ronin period to create his sword abilities, which makes him a powerful melee and ranged hero.
What it makes him is identical to Kate.
When it should be the other way around.
We also looked to the comics to draw on the similarities and differences between Clint and Kate.
Did we just see a comic book where the hand was attacking?
How each should move and feel. Clint's quick draw reflexes intrinsic defense allows him to sidestep enemy attacks and parry with a fast staggering bow shot. Clint's Deadeye skill allows him to focus his aim on a single target, increasing damage and reaction with razor arrows. Clint's ranged arsenal is second to none with 10 different unique arrow types. Grapple arrow lets Clint traverse.
That was that ridiculous skin we saw like ages ago.
What skin?
This one where it looks like he's in some kind of mech suit.
Because everyone needs that. I'm surprised that everyone hasn't gotten one yet. Like, where's Hulk's?
No, I mean, to be honest, everyone does have one. They're the tacky weird suits that were kind of like redos, but, Stark made them for the end of the game. You probably don't remember because they only let you play through the game one time.
Those weren't,
But when they all do that lineup at the end of the game and they're all like, yeah, we're in our Iron Stark gear. And he's all like, I have something for the occasion.
None with 10 different unique arrow types. Grapple arrow lets Clint traverse the environment with ease and is also an intrinsic heavy attack, reeling into enemies before slashing them with his sword. His intrinsic attacks include boomerang arrows that seek out targets before returning. Use implosion arrows to cluster enemies together or draw them away from you. Use tripwire shot to stagger weaker enemies and push back larger foes with a spread of projectiles tethered together with energy. Parry enemies with rocket arrows, which attach to targets, sending them airborne. Pulsar arrows attach to surfaces and build up energy before exploding. The more they build up, the bigger the boom. Clint's Assault Heroic uses Night Storm arrows. Launch into the air and rain down projectiles, decimating areas of the battlefield. Just as important, his Recovery Arrow Support Heroic unleashes nanobots that swarm nearby allies.
What in God's name are you thinking? Clint's a healer? Yeah, I was gonna go back to the beginning of this where they're talking about his abilities. The tripwire would have been cool if it left something on the ground, like a physical thing where if people were around it or they walked through it, they would be stunned or something of that effect. The only thing that I see that I like is his grappling bullshit and the boomerang, because it seems like it goes through, it's almost like a, an automated target seeking thing where it goes through everybody. That's cool. I like the boomerang arrow. And if the tripwire left a physical thing on the ground for people, like imagine if he could launch multiple tethers of the tripwire and make like a little ring. And if anybody stepped out of it, they'd get fucked up. That'd be great. It doesn't appear to leave any kind of physical trace. So it's just like, oh, I shoot. It's almost like identical to scatter arrow. This is what I feared would happen. They've made Clint boring compared to Kate.
Into enemies before slashing them with his sword. His intrinsic attacks include boomerang arrows that seek out targets before returning.
Cool.
Use implosion arrows to cluster enemies together or draw them away from you. Use tripwire shot to stagger weaker enemies and push back larger foes with a spread of projectiles tethered together with energy. Parry enemies with rocket arrows, which attach to targets, sending them airborne. Pulsar arrows attach to surfaces and build up energy before exploding. The more they build up, the bigger the boom. Clint's Assault Heroic uses Nightstorm arrows. Launch into the air and rain down projectiles, decimating areas of the battlefield. Just as important.
If I could be honest, that could be cool, but it just looks so fucking weaselly. It looks so like, bleh.
Launch into the air and rain down projectiles, decimating areas of.
Look how fucking stupid that looks. Don't let anybody ever tell you there's more than 10 people working at Crystal Dynamics. What the hell is going on, man?
The battlefield. Just as important, his Recovery Arrow Support Heroic unleashes nanobots that swarm nearby allies and restore their willpower. The Hunter's Arrow Ultimate Heroic is an AI-guided projectile that flits across the battlefield, piercing targets.
Cool.
Once upgraded,
but why have that twice? Because isn't that what the boomerang arrow is?
Yes, it is.
Wait a goddamn minute here, Dia. What? Wait a minute.
Hunter's Arrow Ultimate Heroic is an AI-guided projectile that flits across the battlefield, piercing targets. Once upgraded, fire 2 at once, add explosive charges, or focus damage on player-targeted foes. Like Kate, Clint comes with loads of outfits and emotes.
All right. Well, we need to take a closer look at that. We need to take a closer look at that. I don't know. Oof. We need a closer look at that. The beauty of me pausing this nonstop is somebody is probably taking pictures of this, you know, and putting it on Reddit. So after we'll just be able to go click the screenshots of whatever outfit.
Love our fans and seeing how you react to our game. We couldn't do this without the Marvel's Avengers community.
Yo, what fans? It's been 5 months.
As always, thank you for telling us what you think and what you would like to see in the future. Please follow Marvel's Avengers on YouTube for more excitement. I
follow Marvel's Avengers on YouTube, and I had to come to your Twitter page to find the you know, forgive me for being excited enough to expect that you guys would be on time. Because I was on time with my black ass.
Content. Make sure you visit playavengers.com.
Shut up.
For our weekly
Is there a
blog where you can
reveal?
find
Is there a
everything from
reveal,
patch
Dia?
notes to tips and fun content
There's
that
a
you
minute
create.
left. There's a
Until
minute
then,
left.
We'll see you online and in the game.
There isn't a minute left. There is no reveal.
You are expecting too much.
Dia, nah. It's been 5 months.
It don't matter.
And the update isn't coming for another month.
Look.
What you mean there's no reveals? Are you for real?
What more reveals do you need besides, oh, Black Panther is coming eventually, and so is Spider-Man?
Look at people posting pictures of Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch. What in God's name have you done? My man out here still asking for Hulk to jump higher and farther because traversal's a problem in this game. And we won't get it for another 2 months, 3 months. People think that this game, yeah, I think they're wanting to have the plug pulled here. There's nothing to look at other than the shitty skins that they put on display. Hawkeye seemed to have 2 abilities that I liked. which were effectively the same ability.
Yeah.
L's, chat. L's. I don't know what to say. Dan Rogan said PS5 question mark. In the beginning of the trailer, they said all of this is captured on a PS5, as if that means shit to us. They should have showed us something in the way of perhaps load times, maybe to really run home that this is going to be specific and different. You know? Oh, it can run 4K, it can do this and can do that. They didn't do any of that. And we have no assurance that people are going to even be able to play in a multiplayer match together without getting kicked out, because that's why the devs say that there's no cloning labs, there's no, Omega level threats. There's no endgame in Marvel's Avengers for 5 months. And it's because, I guess that would be too hard. There's no villains. Can't even fight MODOK again. Look at this. March 18th, no new endgame content, cloning labs, bug fixes, like the ones you broke last patch. I want to thank each and every one of you, whether you like this channel or not.
It's a pandemic, doing their best. Everything is free rolling on the floor laughing. The game has to be active for years.
Don't you love that?
Content is coming.
Don't you love that?
Stop whining, confused face.
Imagine going back and listening to all of that now. Imagine going back and watching these people defend this game talking about, well, all the future content is free. Can I say something to you? That you're educated, so you probably have a mind to understand. Each and every one of you would rather pay to know content actually comes than to not get anything. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say here. I don't know what to say. And people posting salt like we the ones that, then leave if you're so unhappy about it. Everybody did. There's not 500 people playing Marvel's Avengers on PC at any given time. And y'all out here implying people should leave? I post things on the Marvel Avengers Twitter and I have people telling me, oh, you're not welcome here. I don't care. It's the internet. But why be so triggered? Because the game is definitively not living up to what it should be, and you can't admit that. Yo, thank you for all the likes. Thank you. What do we watch again? What do we say?
There isn't anything to watch. There's nothing.
Dia, there was no reveal today. There was no addressing of potential upcoming. The last deep dive, they mentioned crossplay. If there was one thing I could set my watch to today, it would be the belief that they would address crossplay coming up in the future. There's another video, says Norse YouTube, my man, but where? But where?
Maybe the YouTube?
A story trailer for Hawkeye? Is this it?
Great,
Everyone at CD must have caught COVID or something, because COD and other games don't have this problem.
I apologize, Norse YouTube. I believe this to be the trailer that was included in the 9-minute video. And it was cringe. Take it from a voiceover artist. It was cringe. To hear somebody give voiceover over recycled footage from, portions of the story campaign as if they didn't have any footage that they could show, it was cringe.
Don't die on me.
Where's Nick Fury? Some things might change.
Who's the murder hobo?
Katie?
Clint?
I'm the strongest. You never ventured beyond the store. You coward.
Oh my god. Here, boy!
Clint!
Franco Greco, if you think this was great, good for you. But in the same way I don't give a shit what you have to say, little boy, maybe you should man the fuck up and respect somebody else's opinion. You don't get to tell someone else how to feel. If this is acceptable for you, good. Not everything is tolerable, because most people are going to get on their knees and accept everything that's coming their way. Suck a dick, bro. You're watching me. How does it taste? You know, you want to spit, or would you prefer to swallow? What's wrong with you? I am free to have my own opinion. I'm sorry it gets up inside you, but it only motivates me. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is pathetic. I hope that people who think this is great are going to enjoy waiting another hot month. You understand me?
It makes me wonder if it's a dev coming in here to defend their work.
The devs are laughing all the way to the bank. They find this as funny as I do. A little bit more, to be frank. The devs find this shit funnier than I do, because they probably expect to have gotten shut down a hell of a lot sooner than this. But they're still kicking.
I mean, they're the true winners, aren't they?
So there's no mention of crossplay, no mention of, you know, even campaign replay, Omega level threats, any endgame modes. Is this real life?
To have the ip to Marvel and not use their plethora of costumes is actual lunacy.
You know what I like about this skin? They couldn't even make the arrows gold. Would it have hurt them?
Yes.
Would it have hurt them to be aesthetically mindful?
Because it would mean work.
It would mean work.
Do you think they like work? Do you think they put any type of effort into anything they do? Like, this is shit that they can just smack together and then be like, alright, that's the end of it. You either like it or you don't, bitch.
I'm sorry to everybody here, because you deserved better. You deserve better than this. How do you feel? I'm willing to listen to any and everybody who has something to say right now, because this is beyond confusing to me. And let me tell you something. This isn't my first rodeo. I've been playing games for over 10 years, man. And I've seen a lot of people be very vocal when things have gone as bad as this in the past, and they're outrageously silent. And part of me thinks this game generates so little buzz that they can't be bothered to care. There's a lot of more interesting things going on right now, you know? But how is, like, Jason Schreier or anybody else who's like a games journalist not confused? Paul Tassie's the only man throwing this game a bone in the way of giving a damn enough to be like, yo, what the fuck's going on over here? Donna's asking what MCU skins I'd like to see. Like, I made a video recently, and in the video I kind of just splashed up some, holy shit. Holy shit. There's this Thor skin from, you know, Ragnarok that I need him to have. Of course, all of Iron Man's suits from the MCU are delicious and wonderful, man. But here it is. That's one of the biggest skins that I'd want. I don't even play Thor as like a main, but it would turn me into a Thor main to have a skin that nice, you know? When you look at some of these skins, man, like I was saying in my own video, that I think that the models could use something of a tweak, because even their stance, their posture, how they look more heroic than some of the schlubby kind of like whatever kind of look of a lot of these dudes. And man, the screen wasn't even like capturing properly. I apologize for that.
You can even tell that in those 3 first skins, or I guess like the actual actor, he has his arms, his shoulders back. He's standing nice and tall. Even if he's a little forward, he has a great posture.
Look, this is a weird game, boy. It's really weird.
And then you see the Avengers one, and his shoulders are forward, and he's kind of like bent, like leaning forward. Like everything about his posture does not scream Captain America, confident leader, nothing. It's just a wimpy dude inside of a costume.
Deadpool says Ronan looked like Gold Sub-Zero. I hear you on that. Alan asks, man, how now that you mention it, I'd kill to read a Jason Schreier article about this game's development a few months from now. I'd kill to be a fly on the wall at CD right now. I'm trying to be positive, says somebody. But anyways, what did you guys think? Boy, there is no reveal. There is no information regarding crossplay when it was one of the few things they mentioned in the only war table we had since launch. I'm done. I'm just going to keep repeating the same stuff. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know your general impressions, because I see the L's and I get the L's. Thank you for the likes. You know, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, because
How are they going to adapt a Old Man Hawkeye story that features Wolverine and don't have him in for the DLC that could gotten the X-Men and SMH?
But to be honest, I'm gonna be real. Do I want Wolverine in this game? Do I want any of the X-Men in this game? You know what I mean? Listen, I love y'all. Do me a big favor. Go follow me over on Twitch. If even 5 of you do it, I'll be grateful. I'm sad for you guys, because I realize now that it's not hitting me hard. I've released this game because I can't let it keep hurting me like this. I'm just shocked. Hey, you know, I appreciate this, Sam effing Stacks, but I wanted better for all of you. I wanted you to be happy. I wanted you to be pleased, and this is whack. Who's gonna make excuses for this game? March 18th. So I want to know from you guys as well. Damn. Well, thank you, Ginormous Bob. Appreciate it. Do you think that I was appreciate it, Philly boy? Hey. Titty-san. Now that's a name that I can stand by. I appreciate that, my man. Do you think that I was unreasonable for expecting more than what we got today? Hey. Gabe K006, you know, I don't know if people call you 006, but I appreciate that. And look, I gotta be weird. I'm turning red. I'm getting like bubbly. I don't think I'm like mad. I think I feel frustrated with myself for giving a shit, and I don't know if you feel the same. You know? If any of you are watching WandaVision and you're loving every second of it, and you're like, oh shit, what if the X-Men come? Gore the Butcher, I appreciate that follow, hot shit. You know? Old Man Fogan says, no, not really. It needs some of the things you've mentioned, but given the history, we should have expected this. Just a deep dive into Hawkeye, and that's it. Because I want you to think about something, guys. Before the last update, when they took the challenge modes away, you know why that kind of filled me with hope? It made me think, y'all would be fucking stupid to do something like this if the update wasn't coming soon. But it's not. Thank you, Anthuan1124. That Brazilian funk's gonna be getting on somebody's nerves. I apologize. The truth of the matter is this. They took out those abilities as far as the challenge mode difficulties goes. They haven't put it back in. That update came 55 days after the last update. Thank you, my man J Kid Crazy. Oh my gosh, oh my god, Razor, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I bet you y'all won't keep doing it though. 55 days after their last update. They 19 days ago, that's when they said, hey, this Hawkeye reveal is coming. That was 19 days ago. So a lot of us waiting going, okay, so something, may be coming relatively soon. Another month. Uno starts wars. I guess it does. Pro Eagle 69, Giggity, I appreciate that. Appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for liking. Thank you for being here. I don't want to keep you because this is wild. Dragon Ball says, are you going to play this game later tonight? Boy, I could play this game with Dia if y'all want. Thank you, Bubble K Looter. But what would there be to do? Can I be honest with everybody? There's nothing to do in Marvel's Avengers, right? I'm kind of expecting them to increase the level cap soon. Ejo gang, hey, I appreciate you, my man, Ejo. I don't want to say I expect RTS Army. I don't know if that stands for real-time strategy or okay. Dead Prezi Reese, I love and appreciate you. You guys are coming from a dead Prezi. It's like a dead president, soulless yokai. Oh my god, okay. But I bet y'all won't keep doing it. You understand? Oh my, okay. Pino the Dawn. I appreciate a man of culture. You get down on that Pinot. Oh man, there's nothing to say. They splashed some skins up on the screen and said, "Hey, you like that? It's coming in a month. It's coming in a month."
Somebody mentioned Black Panther and hoping that Wakanda wasn't going to be, dishonored. But isn't this Black Panther gonna
Thank you,
have
SSJ boy.
no Wakanda, no actual suit?
Oh no, I expect him to have what? Whoa, did somebody just subscribe over on Twitch? Damn, Chris knows. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, my man. Chris knows, thank you for that follow and that subscription. I guess you had to just flex on people, stunt, show them that you can subscribe with a badass. DJ Exquisite, thank you for that subscription. Let me tell y'all a quick story. You heard the way that I said, that's what I'm talking about. One time I had a glitch where a bunch of subscriptions came in back to back, but I was in the bathroom at the time and I could hear the speakers just going, now that's what I'm talking about. So imagine sitting on... Now that's what I'm talking about. My man, Sam FN Stat. You guys, you didn't have to do that. I want to... So look, I appreciate this. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate you more than I did whatever this reveal was. I'm going to be honest. And the honesty is this. I didn't expect to be let down like this today. Rolo93. I'm pretty sure this is going to be more Twitch followers than I've had. Do you get what I'm saying? Well done. This is ridiculous. Somebody is so fed up. They're like, if I hear that noise, one more. Oh my god. So Scarter Boy, gamer, I appreciate that. My god. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm also getting kind of sorry for anybody that was like, I was going to stay here. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Odd Moses, better to be an abnormal Moses than a normal. Thank you, Bandor, 1989, but Twisted Heat. Thank you. Appreciate that. Pretty hardcore. Glad that's done for right now, so we can start having. Morgan said, "I'm just so Larry X Killer." You know what I'm talking about? This man ain't playing. Oh my God, Justin, great. At least that's the end of it, and we know that nobody else. Okay, here come Fathom. Can you fade the okay? Andrew. All right. You know, flex on him, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you. I don't deserve you. You're amazing. Are there that many of you in here? Mr. Hello, 64. Moss, Shido, Serenar, Mr. Sea Dog, Galoopy Pooter, 44. You kiss your mother with those fingers? You making names like that? Moss, 2424. Okay. Mr. Sea Dog, listen. You know how much it breaks my heart to see so many people interested in this game and they doing this to us? V Citrus. Yo, I'm glad that you guys understand that I don't hate this game. I want it to be good, but it may be in the wrong hands. Not just because they're not hurrying up. DJ Steph, appreciate you. Love you. Hope everybody's keeping it tight. You know? Damn. King Emperor Doom the Third 10. That's a loaded name. That is a loaded name. But now that we're done with that, come on, man. You know, let's 2 DVS. Thank you. Let's 2 of us. Let's 2 DVS. Now, to address what you... Craigie 001, thank you. Linda says her mother is so annoyed. Okay, SSJ boy, Super Saiyan boy 2. You know what I mean? Ooh, come on, man. Plus on black. You know, that's the way that we like it. You know, some people can't handle black. Okay, you know, I can't even get my joke out. Swaggy boyda. Am I saying that right? Or is it swaggy boy? Duh. Okay, why does it matter? Shut up, Kyle. All right. Somebody is like trying to dance to this music, but it keeps like cutting off. You know. All right. Alan says, Kyle, do you also feel like it was a step backwards to release 2 Hawkeyes as their DLC heroes, especially back to back? It feels like CD focusing on the wrong things at the wrong time.
Now that's what I'm talking.
Last 2 DVS? Well, goddamn. I didn't know we were out to the 3 people that did oh my god, my mouth hole. To the 3 people who did subscribe. Look at me fiddling with all my damn windows because I can't even find it. Y'all really blowing my...
That's what I'm talking about.
Plus on black. Yes, you subscribed, so now I can tell my bad joke. Some people can't handle black as it is. You know what I'm talking about? So to add some extra to it, to plus on it, to plus ultra on it, we got any dorks out there? All right, Mad Max Stone. You know, which we can imagine is like an Infinity Stone from the Mad Max universe. Thank you for that subscription. It was a follow, Kyle. Get your... Dragon Fist, thank you. 535. I'm gonna need a glass of water after this, boy. Listen, my answer to that question is, and believe it or not, a lot of people may not even know that this is how I feel. Them releasing 2 Archers isn't the fucking problem. The timeline is. Well, thank you. Thank you, Junior0329. I'm sorry about my filthy mouth, but something about the underscore at the end of your name makes me feel like... Nick Gaiman. 8. You know what I mean? Or is that a sideways infinity sign? You know, I like that my brain can stay ahead of me in a way where I can say shit that's dumb enough to where I make a face and go, really? You said that? Now, the problem isn't that... This can't be funny. This can't be funny to the majority of y'all just interrupted me over and over. Thank you, Marvel. Appreciate you. You're a hot dog. What does that mean? I'm sorry. You're not a hot dog. You're a hot man or woman, or however you choose to identify. You can be whatever you want to be. You're more than this game, because this game, if it wanted to be good, it couldn't do that. You're an asshole, Kyle. You know, this is why... Dr. Smook. That sounds like a slur.
Yep.
That sounds like a slur, you smook.
I'm pretty sure it must
be. Is it? I'm going to Google that right now in Urban Dictionary. Smook.
It's
Urban Dictionary. We gonna find out right now, actually. That sounds great. A person deserving of suspicion. You mean the developers? Stop. Stop, Kyle. Stop. And you need to get off stream. You live with an audience is a bad idea. As I was trying to articulate earlier, thank you so much for all the wonderful follows and subs. The problem wasn't that they released 2 Archers back to back. It was that the timeline of it was so spread out. We sure as hell shouldn't have waited over 6 months. And that's so exciting to me because it's such a headline. Marvel's Avengers takes over half a year to drop 2 Archers because he's coming March 18th, which is outside the 6-month anniversary of this game. Ooh, that's a headline, guys. Y'all thought I was the 2 villains, 1, enemy type 0 location guy. Chop 2 screw. I've been... Oh my god, did I just shake the damn camera? You alright up there? I think I kicked that bitch. That's how angry I am. I'm getting mad. Super Mario 3D World. That brings me to an interesting point. Y'all should come back tomorrow so that we can watch this Nintendo stream and y'all can see what weird games I'm into. I promise I won't be critical. Just kidding. Why won't these games be what I want to play? Anyway, a person deserving of suspicion. We all learned a new word today. Grandmaster Akira. I appreciate you, my man. How do people feel about generation or next gen? Wait. Thank you, Unknown Gamer. I appreciate you. You're hardcore. And thank you to Grandmaster. Wait, you said that. Yeah, yo. As I have a PS4, can I upgrade for free? Glad mind bing bongs. I guess everybody here is... Somebody said a month, 3 months between Kate and Hawkeye. They did use the phrase so fast you were surprised. I'm about to cough up a lung in this bitch. For real. So fast you'll be surprised. They didn't mean it in a good way. It's wild because this takes me back to the question of why make 2 Archers your first 2 main DLC. Listen, this is my answer to the question before. Forgive me for not quickly addressing it. You see what was happening. The question was, do you think that was the problem? If they got them both out inside a month or even inside 2 months, people would have been lenient. If they could release a trailer and say month 3 that Black Panther was coming, the big Gilda. Thank you for that follow. If by the 3rd month of this game we had War Machine, we had Black Panther, we had Captain Marvel, we had Doctor Strange, we had Scarlet Witch, we could even have somebody that people might not regard as one of the biggest heroes, like maybe Bucky Barnes or Falcon or something, and people would be fine. As long as it felt like on a monthly basis we're getting a new hero, we're getting some drip feed, you're a live service, you have to update your game. You have to update your game. But instead, the game ain't getting updated, and we're supposed to deal with that. What we're gonna end up doing... Well, thank you, my man.
At what point does Kevin Feige come lay everyone off cause they killing his brand lol?
Jordan Smith, thank you for that hot donation. You guys are badasses. And to anybody that may be donating via the Streamlabs, thank you. Oh no. Super Rebel already hit it with a let's go, all caps. He says he's hyped. Well, I hope that hype lasts a month. I hope that he'll find a way to update his channel for 1 month, because there's not going to be much to talk about. And again, I mean no disrespect to this guy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Next gen story trailer 9 minutes ago.
Peggy 16.
Hey, if y'all stayed, we get something apparently. It's just gonna be a trailer for the same fucking game.
Why'd you smash the reactor, Cap? A lot of
Bro,
people died.
there's nothing new here.
War darkens the horizon.
Okay.
And it's going to take us all
Can I tell y'all something?
to stop Armageddon.
They could have put something worth looking for in here. I was watching. My eyes are keen. There's no new skins. If they put an MCU skin on one character, at least there'd be something to look at and be like, oh, look at that. When's that coming? At least it is coming. They haven't done anything of the sort. Okay. I hope it makes it. I hope this game makes it. I hope Super Rebel can keep a game like this alive, even though it's clear that, you know, the game is actively telling y'all to stop playing. It's telling y'all to stop. That's what's up.
My guy.
My man. Thank you for that. Plus on black. Damn. I think that's it. I think that's it. Again, I was seeing this post on the subreddit earlier today about how people... I think we're done, guys. I think I love you to death. I think I don't want to hold you until the end of time. Hey, wait, Soulless Yokai? Damn. You say it as it is, so you earned it. Damn.
You say it as it is, so you earned it.
I like the way she said it.
You like the way the robot said it?
Yeah. Say it like it is, and you deserve it.
I don't know why it's paralyzing, but it is. And what I want to do is splash up that thing one more time, and I want to just imagine a world where they had their shit together. We waited 19 days for this reveal. There was nothing with Black Panther. They didn't talk about the loot overhaul. For some people, the dailies are still fixed. For some people, they can't progress past the once an Avenger mission. Y'all hyping up next gen coming out next month, but the game still ain't working on current gen. People are still getting dropped out of each other's lobbies if they try to play multiplayer. Enemies still spawning outside the map. You're locking difficulties. When's that patch coming? You don't know. You mentioned crossplay months ago, and you haven't had anything to say about it right now. I'm silenced. And I think the sad truth is... Who that is? Who that is? Kyle, stop.
Who that is?
Thank you for the subscription to Prime, Sulluck. It didn't pop that up, which is interesting. Subscription to Prime. You mean subscription to Twitch. And thank you, Synchro, for that follow. I can't talk about this game, guys. Obviously, I'm going to keep making Avengers videos just to document how things go when they patch the game and what they break and what else is new and all kind of... My man Morgan.
They need to start planning the service cause they buried this game. Actually really sad, just want Marvel to do as well as DC in video games. Skeptical smiley face.
You know what? Good for DC, because at the very least they can have video games that are dope. If their movies suck. But since our movies are kicking ass, apparently our video games gotta suck. Ain't that a bitch? Marvel Ultimate Alliance was completely fine. You know, it wasn't the greatest game in the world, but it was pretty good for what it was. This is just so fundamentally broken, and it's gonna stay that way for another month. And who's to say that even then, it'll even be fixed? Okay, so... I wish I had more to show you. I know a lot of people were really, you know, they call me nasty, but they were being super nasty on the subreddit earlier, implying anybody who expects Black Panther to be coming is hyping themselves up. Bitch, we hyping ourselves up? When the content creators out here talking about, ooh, I'm 99% sure that the infamous fucking Iron Man skin is coming. But you're fucking wrong. Don't be surprised if the update for the game is actually dropping on the same day, but it's coming a month later, bitch. So you're fucking right, bro. We aren't excited about a pussy-ass Archer coming to the game. We love Clint, but Clint should have been in the game from the start. And for y'all to be like, oh, well, wait another month. For real? Wait another month for an Archer, and then how long? A month or two for Black Panther? I'm surprised they don't want to kick Spider-Man out the door so they can say they technically fucking did it and wrap this shit up. You feel the same way. Because you know if Spider-Man were coming out soon, the game its days would be numbered. You know, the devs would be like, all right, we fucking did it. We fulfilled our obligation. You know, we obviously are not here for this. We're not up to the task. They didn't showcase a damn thing. No potential changes. No mention of crossplay. Holy shit. Over 2 months. Somebody is just posting the two tweets like next to each other. At the end of January, ladies and gentlemen, they said on the 16th of February, we have a reveal for Hawkeye. And on the 16th, that's today, we're being told on the 18th of March. My eye's gonna start jumping. Like my vessel's gonna start pulsating. This is so crazy. Where the fuck are the journalists? I know gaming journalists are a joke, Dia. But where the fuck are they? They're not talking about this shit, but people are still talking about Anthem? Ugh. People care more about a game that has been on life support, dead, for years. More than they do about a Marvel game that shits the bed.
How would you feel if they, instead of one character per season, they did every two but every one? The added activities to do.
Ninja, I'm sorry to say this. I appreciate you and your donation. But I think at the end of the day, as fucking crazy as it is to say, I think we'd appreciate anything more than this. We'd appreciate anything. That's the bottom line. Anything. We'd appreciate anything. So the comedy, somebody donated earlier and they said, bro, you know, all the content's coming free, all the boilerplate things that the defenders would always say. And I said it plainly. You know what I really enjoy? Genshin. And I wish that Genshin had the Marvel, you know, license. I wish that Genshin was actually just a Marvel game. So what, I'm throwing money at the potential of getting some character or strengthening another character. If they played as wonderfully and beautifully as they did in Genshin, there was that much story, and all the updates are adding regions and different game modes and new heroes and new things to do, new skins, new ways to dress up your character and have them go on these crazy adventures, and there are actual events like this game claimed that it would have. I would pay for that. And I say that to say this. I think the majority of people would pay to know that content's actually coming, as opposed to waiting 7 months for 2 Archers. And I don't think there's anything more for me to say about this. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you so much for, you know, the likes, and thank you so much for the Twitch subscriptions, because I appreciate that. You know what I'm talking about? You know, got a big titty girlfriend I could throw on a camera if you guys are interested in that. Just kidding. It's her personality that you're going to stick around for, because she is wonderful in a cheery and chipmunk type of way. I just compared Dia to a chipmunk, and she's so cool and down to earth that she's not offended by that.
Can I bring a little bit of levity to the crappy situation?
Oh, Dia wants to bring levity, so hit us, Dia.
You told me to remind you about Jay-Z, and you mentioned a name that I've never heard anyone call him by, because, you know, I guess
Dia and I were listening to a song by Jay-Z earlier, and she had never heard anybody refer to Jay-Z as Hova.
I've never even heard of that, so.
Yeah. You know, I completely forgot what my point was because I told you to remind me of Hova later. And I completely forgot what I was going to say about him.
That's nice.
You know. I'll say it like this.
What?
This isn't my original point. I've completely forgot what the point was with mentioning Jay-Z earlier. But do you know how on YouTube I've said things that unfortunately got entire videos removed because you're not allowed to talk about it? You know, it's no different than COVID. They don't want people talking about COVID, so they'll just remove anybody who's talking about it. It's been like that for a lot of black people for a long time. They knew that they couldn't say anything. And if they could say something and get away with it, they knew that people wouldn't listen. But they knew that people would listen if they rapped. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
They would listen if I put this to a fucking song. They would sing along and bob their head, not even understanding what the hell they're saying. But eventually somebody would stop and go, wait, listen to the message here. What the hell's going on in these lyrics? And that's how I feel right now. Like I'm gonna have to start rapping, you know? I feel like I'm gonna have to start making memes. Oh, let me show y'all a meme I made. I forgot to even throw that out here. You know? Can you imagine if this game was popular and people were gonna make memes and, you know, it would be fun and people would enjoy themselves and
I'm sure people thought that there were going to be memes and fun at, but I don't think they ever expected it to be at them and at the game's expense, not with them.
I completely lost my own damn meme. I'm going into the Discord to try to find this bitch right now. And hopefully nobody talk too damn much so I can't.
Too much crap on your computer.
Well, too much titties on the computer, honestly.
Well, yeah.
Gotta sift through the titties. I am scrolling up like a madman in the Discord and I don't see a damn thing. Finally, Jesus.
Does that mean that I finally have more Call of Duty and Fortnite out of you instead of crappy Marvel?
Dia, you got whatever you want. We gonna be playing whatever you want because
you said that if there was anything new for this game today, then that's what we would be playing, and I completely respected that. But as I believed in my heart, that wasn't gonna happen. Because it seems like I understand these people better than the fucking fans.
it made my stomach turn. Okay. Oh, it made my stomach turn. Another month. It really made my stomach turn. Hey, look at this meme I made, guys, and I'm gonna make this meme and I'm gonna get out of your hair. Thank you for all the super chats.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna have to consider Guilty Gear, man, because I was thinking about Valheim too. A lot of people seem to be enjoying. What the hell?
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wait a minute, are these subscriptions? Oh, thank you, John J. Rambo. Appreciate that. Damn.
Now that's what I'm talking.
What if they were glitched and they're all just gonna start rolling in now? Thank you, AMJ, not NYC. Can you read?
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Marquez, Stanford. You know? Oh.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Gray Ghost. Interesting way of saying that. Ninja.
Are you getting Guilty Gear Strive?
Guys, look at this meme. What killed Marvel's Avengers? Ugly skins, overpriced marketplace, developer silence, terrible loot, bug dailies, unstable multiplayer, one-time campaign play for 5 months with Avengers as side characters, no patrol, no PvP, no endgame modes, no Marvel locations. They threw money at Funko Pop toys, prequel novels, art books, Intel, tie-ins, Verizon, 5Gum, my nigga. It was endless.
For nothing.
For only 2 villains to be in your game. And 2 archers, that's going to take 7 months to drop. The game roasts itself. I am now free. Thank you once again. And for whoever hit Streamlabs with a donation, I appreciate you. That money goes straight to me. I could use that immediately. You know what I'm talking about? You're a hero. I appreciate this. But I feel like I have risen from the grave. I'm free from this game because it doesn't need me anymore. It doesn't need me to remind people the way that you see a lot of these people. They look at the Iron Man skin that's really just, you know, Iron Will all over again and go, this is the greatest thing ever, you know? They trying to sweep all of the negative stuff under the rug because they thought that this game would get better, but the game's not getting better. Game's not getting better. So, I guess we just gotta roll with that. You know, what are you guys excited about? You worried about, you know, what's the name of that game? Outriders, that's coming up soon. Are y'all interested in that Gotham game that's coming up? I bet you even if it sucks, it'll have a hell of a lot more polish than this one. I bet you could play it more than one time. Hi-yo!
Maybe that's why they...
I bet you can play it more than one time. You ever seen a bar that low? You ever seen a bar so low an ant couldn't get under that bitch? You ever seen a bar so low that water couldn't get under it? It'd have to go around. I bet you could replay the story mode. That's how low the bar is. You ain't embarrassed, Crystal Dynamics? People coming at me talking about I'm the meanest guy in the world. Ha ha ha. 5 months. They didn't even mention it. People were talking about, go back and watch Super Rebels videos. Watch everybody. They expecting a roadmap. They expecting crossplay talk. They're expecting something to change. They were mentioning all this harm room bullshit coming like it was gonna come soon? What the fuck? Yo, I'm gonna be right here. Subscribe to me if you're not subscribed on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch if you're not following. Y'all got all my links. Get in the Discord if you want notifications of stuff. I love you to death. I want this game to get better for you. I'm gonna be the one telling it like it is because everybody else seems to just want to exclusively not be real. But I'll be real and say that a month from now, this shit still won't be here. We'll still be waiting. And you know when it drops, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be broke as fuck. Picking and choosing through the Marvel comics for only specific things. I love you. Stay, get away from this game. I think that's the best advice. That's the most heartfelt thing that I can say to any of you right now. You know, stay away from this game. It doesn't deserve you. I know that's crazy. I want you to know that's the difference between me and a lot of these other content creators who would want to keep you playing this game and keep you interested and keep you clicking and liking and coming back to my videos or some shit like this. You need to stop playing this because it doesn't deserve your attention. You need to vote. I can't say with your wallet. I guess I can say with your attention. The crazy thing about Crystal Dynamics is they have nothing to say for themselves. You think they jump up and go, the roadmap's coming. You know, we're working. Fuck off. You couldn't tell me this was Marvel because it's not. And I'm this riled up because it clearly matters to me. And all I can be thankful for is that they didn't touch my X-Men because I would probably have a heart attack. I'm done, guys. I love you. I wish you all the best. I wish you the changes you deserve. I'm sure between now and when it comes out, maybe there'll be 2 patches, 3 patches. But this game doesn't have a lot of people playing it. And it can't make any money if it doesn't listen. Because even if they wanted to pick and choose the things that they could decide, like, you know, when you know, like a Japanese developer, when people have a bunch of fucking problems with something, they go, shut the fuck up. We the one who know better. You gonna play it and you gonna like it, and if not, you could suck my balls. And sometimes we gotta just deal with that. Japanese developers don't play, baby. But this game, the formula was so broken that they couldn't make any money. So if they ignored everything but listened to us on the skins, bro. Better skins, bro. Better skins, bro. We're holding the money in our hand and we're saying, just do what these mobile games, what these other games have done, and this money is yours, and they can't even come correct. So they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. And until they respond in a very direct, blatant, and blunt way with the fans, I think we should all be done. So I love you all. I wish you the best. Thank you for coming out. This was an exciting and fun thing, even though it sucked. Even though, you know, the reveal sucked. And we're going to have to hope for better in the future. This is good. This is historical. And we're going to look back one day and we're going to be, hey, my man, I appreciate that follow. Chosen Yusuf. Well, damn, XZL. I appreciate that follow. One day we're going to look back, bro. One day we're going to look back. Somebody's going to use all of these videos as a historical documentation. One of the few guys that wasn't a shill, wasn't a defender, that was realistically, you know, responding. And they can call me like a dirty fanboy all they want. You know, at least my responses are genuine. At least my shock and insult is real. Because at every step of the way they stumble. They should just take a seat. See y'all later. Take it easy.